Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Jason here. Good to see you guys. Joel, Brendan, Laura, everyone jumping on right now. Let us know. Just give me a quick thumbs up or a yes in the chat if you can hear me okay. Good to see you. Hey, Jeff. Andy was awesome last night. Thanks, mate. Yeah, he's a legend. He's a good guy, and yeah, he knows what he's doing, mate. Thanks for the shout out, buddy. Appreciate that. Glad you enjoyed it last night. If you didn't get there last night, folks, Andy Fenton, financial planning extraordinaire, gave us a little bit of insight on how to make sure we make the most out of our tax-free income capabilities into the future, folks. So make sure you check out the replay if you're mentoring on that one. Hey, morning, Chris and Carolyn, Alison. Good to see you guys. Fantastic to be here on a terrific Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday it is. And we might even be getting Andy back for a few hour workshop, a bit of a masterclass. We might get him so we can dive deep into that and really pull it apart. So all of us, listen, every single one of us should be at a very minimum radar having, $110,000+ as an individual, $220,000 as a couple on our radar for our tax-free income into the future. That's a good plan. But it's an interesting one to see if we can put it together, and that's what Andy's there for, and people like Andy to help you make sure you get it right. So welcome along to the Morning Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Good to see all of you guys. It's all warmed up right now. Looks like a few people are on. Quick intros. Jason Witten's my name, as it says down there. And if anyone's new, listen, give us a shout out in the chat if you're new. Been property investing over 20 years. Coaching property investors over 18 along the way. Learned a few things, and each morning we try to pass on a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of knowledge to all the people who dial into my Morning Wealth Coffee Chat. Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to put this on, don't I? There you go, Wealth Coffee Chat. Yeah, there you go. So, Alison's got here, first homeowners be allowed to use their super for... Yeah, there's some good stuff. There's some interesting stuff in there. Alison coming through as well. I think it's smart for all of us to understand where we can get the most out of our money, the most efficiency in all of our dollars and cents, because, there's a certain amount that you get to keep, and if you can get to keep more of it and put more of that to work, that's what the outcome becomes as we go along. Yeah, I think it's interesting, Alison. It actually lines up for the conversation today, team. On the weekend, or during the week last week, I was at a bit of a business conference with my business community, and we were having some guest speakers come along, and it was really interesting. One of the speakers came up with this matrix here about how inside a business you get people organised to move forward and create something and do something. And I was thinking, how do we put that together, this concept together with investors? Because all of us as investors, even though we might be an individual or a couple investing in some property, you end up having a team of people around you. It's like a small business. You have to organize a bunch of, skilled professionals around you to get you an outcome, right? Everyone's sort of following along with me. And so the idea that if we're going to build a property portfolio, and it's sort of broken down into, these four pieces of the pie, which is quite good. The imagine part. So follow with me here. So let's say you're brand new to investing, and investing comes on your radar, and you start to imagine what is possible. Okay, and this is coming up with a new idea. Taking a business from one place to another, taking maybe your career from one place to another. Whatever it might be. Imagine we could get organised as an individual or a couple and invest in 5 to 6 investment properties over the next 20 years and pay our homes off and put $1.7 million each into our super. Imagine that, right? Okay, which is cool. Then you go, right, I can imagine that. I want to do that, but what do I need to, do before that actually ends up being something? You need to develop a plan and a strategy. You need to evaluate that plan and the strategies. Like, for example, hey, I want to go to Perth, and Perth is west. Most of you guys know that. Is that west? I don't even know if that's west. I don't even know where I'm standing right now. But I want to go to Perth. And you think, all right, let's go west. That's smart. But someone says, oh, no, don't worry about that. I'm going to go east. Because you can get to Perth going east, can't you? Does everyone know that? You can get to Perth going east. You just have to keep going east until you come back around to Perth. Hopefully you're following along, right? So you might have developed a plan to go east. In investing terms, it's kind of like saying, you know what you should do? Don't buy any investment properties until you paid your home off. And then you only should buy investment properties with cash so you don't have to use any debt. Okay? Still will happen, still will work, but that's going east to go to Perth, not going west. Okay? Because west is the shortest distance. Okay? All of those sorts of things. And then evaluating that plan. I know we should go west. It'll be quicker, faster, easier, better. And then acting on that plan, having some specific things to do and potentially choosing the right people to do them as we go along, okay? So just think of that. And think of this. We're going to come back in a second. So stick with me, team. Stick with me, team, on this. This is our 6-star team model. This is your 6-star team model when it comes to the world of investing in real estate, investing in property. How do we, that's going to make this that one, a little green one. How do we fit this team into our plan, and who should be in the right part of that matrix? And this will make sense in a minute, so stick with me, okay? Stick with me. So for those who don't know this, we have a 6-star team model here at Positive. And you have a mentor, a coach, an investor, someone who knows what they're doing when it comes to property investing, okay? You have a lending specialist, someone who understands how to put the lending together for you as an investor when it comes to property. You have a property deals team, a deals team that go out and find you the right properties for your portfolio. You've got a property management team. Once you own that piece of real estate, you want to own it for a long time. Buy well, never sell. And maybe last night, according to Andy, and I'm actually okay with this, strategically sell to transfer the assets into a tax-free environment. Boom, I like that. You need an accountant to take care of all of those bibs and bobs that tax, the compliance and tax work, and financial planning. You need someone like Andy Fenton to make sure the legislation, the bibs and bobs, the whole moving feast that is financial planning is taken care of properly, okay? So we've got our 6-star team. Hey, good morning, Fritz. Good morning to you. Morning, Michelle. How are you going? Good to see you. So how does this fit in here, team, when it comes to... So remember our 6-star team, okay? I'm going to ask you guys some questions now, so get ready. Get ready. Here's you. You are imagining building a property portfolio, building the Imagine world. Tell me right now in the chat, which of those 6-star team members should you be helping you do the Imagine part of building a property portfolio? Who helps you imagine the future, the possibilities? All right, who's the Imagine part? Put it in there. Do you go and see a valuer? Do you go and see a banker? Who do you talk to? Who should you be asking? Imagine. Tell me the Imagine piece in here. All right. Nikhil's on it. Coach, yes, I agree. Mentor, coach, Chris, for sure. Boom, you guys have got it. Jeff, a mentor and a coach. And absolutely someone who is an investor related mentor coach as well. All right, Fritz is on it as well. So team, tell me, what do you think would happen if you grabbed your accountant, if you said to your accountant, hey, now this is not saying that all accountants can't be in the Imagine piece, but for the majority, if you went to your accountant and said, hey, I've got this amazing idea, help me imagine an amazing future, and you got your accountant to do the Imagine, or you spoke to maybe a well-meaning family member and said, hey, I want to build a property portfolio. What do you think that they would say in the Imagine piece? Tell me right now in the chat. What type of version, what type of things would they bring into this Imagine part, which often chucks people off the rails? Tell me what you would say, what you think that they would bring potentially, all right? Some of you might have an amazing, oh yeah, exactly, Jeff. Turn back. I heard someone failed at that once. It's too risky. Yeah, family are scared for you taking your risk. Yeah, exactly, Alison. You know, it's well-meaning, but it's not rooted in experience or fact, okay? Bringing the fear. That's right, Chris. So, you know, down here is fear, right? And up here is possibilities, right? Ability, right? And so they often play down there. Yeah, it's too hard. It's easy to lose money. You must have the right people in the right piece of this. Yeah, tell family after you succeeded. Exactly, Alison. My family, listen, my mum and dad didn't know what I was doing or what I did for over a decade, right? It's like, it was like I wouldn't tell them, all right? So listen, the right person in here. And too often, folks, listen to me, too often, we have an accountant in here, all right? We have a financial planner in here, okay? We talk to a banker in here, all right? And they are, by and large, the wrong professional to put in here, okay? That's not their time. That's not their piece. Let's do this, right? So, have the right person, the right professional in the Imagine part, okay? And the Imagine stuff needs to keep going as we go. All right, well, let's have a look at this. Now, you're moving on to the next stage. Who do you get? And now this will be multiple people here. Who do you get to help you develop the strategy, develop the tactics? Chuck that in the chat for me if you think about this, okay? So I'll jump in here. So you certainly, you know, your coach is still with you at that stage. And in the development stage, we'll get the finance broker. You might even need the financial planner, depending on the age. Often you won't need them in this develop stage. And you may, depending on how complicated your life is, financial P, how complicated and your age, you might need to include maybe the accountant and the financial planner. But the majority, the 80% of this developing the strategy now is going to be done by your coach and your finance broker. That's the team, that's the combo. So you, the coach, and the finance broker. And then you'll run it by maybe the financial planner and accountant. So these guys are really important now to check in on the evaluate stage. Accountant, okay? Now, your coach is still in here because the fin planner, the accountant, right? So in the evaluate stage, absolutely, it's important to run these things past your financial planner or your accountant if that's appropriate for certain things, you know, tax planning, will planning, insurances, those sorts of things, right? But at this stage, this evaluate stage, team, you bring in those people. Now, you know the style of person they are. They are often, you know, the ones that look at all the risks, and they're sort of the cup half full people, but this is the right time to have them look at the plan. It's the right time to have them look at the plan. So tell me in the chat right now, you've developed a property investment, you've imagined building a property investment portfolio and what that'll do to the future. You've sat down with a coach and your finance broker. You've created your borrowing power. You've got your finance. You understand how much you can lend. All of those sorts of things. The financial planner and accountant. Probably at this point, the accountant's not that relevant unless you are buying in companies and trusts. Okay, so that's the little caveat. The financial planner may be involved there, just depends, but mostly involved in this next situation. You bring the thing, I've imagined it, you've developed a strategy or a concept or a borrowing power. Can someone have a quick double check? They bring, what are they going to bring? What are they going to say at this stage here? What would something the financial planner or the accountant will say? Oh, be careful of negative cash flow. What if it goes down in value? You know, there's 5 or 6 things that they may say to you. And you go, yeah, okay, well, that makes sense. I've got to have a plan for that, okay? You plan for things to go wrong, but when you get out there, you make sure you focus on getting it right. So, property investors, tell me the one most important thing that we always have at our disposal that is our financial, our dollars and cents backup plan when it comes to property investing. What's the thing? We always talk about this. You have a what locked away. It's part of our risk strategy when it comes to our property investing. Tell me what it is. Maybe I didn't ask that question very well. What's the one thing that we make sure we have full all the time and we keep an eye on? Boom. Go you guys. Perfect. All right, it's our buffer team. Yep. And again, the secondary one of that is equity lock. Hardik, absolutely. And third, Alison, you're right, absolutely dead right, insurances. So we got buffer, which is liquid capital and cash you can have access to. Equity lock, always increasing the access to your loans, to have access to your real estate so you're not under pressure if you ever get caught for whatever reason. And insurances, absolutely boom. So these people who might be sort of cup half full, negative Nellies, you know, Eeyores, that's their world. That's what they do. They're in the right place. They're in the right spot here. You don't put them here, right? They don't pour cold water on the idea at the start. They're to evaluate. You're like, yeah, I've got this. You know what? Tell me the numbers. Give me some cash flow projections. Cool. And then we act. We get on with it, right? And the act of building the property portfolio, who's in the action for you? Who's out there doing the stuff with you, right? So you've got your finance broker, your fin broker. You've got your property team, and you've got your property manager, all right? And your coach is along for this ride, and they're helping you keep an eye on this, but there's the action out there. And you'll have your legal eagle over here as well. You know, legals, okay? Your lawyer and stuff like that. So just remember, team, when we are building our property portfolio, you've got to ask the right person in your team the right questions at the right time, okay? Over here, the accountant and the financial planner, they're not involved anymore, right? You've already created your strategy and your tactic. You've double-checked it all. Over here, you've got a deal. It suits your buying power. It's your strategy. It's in the area. It's the type of deal you wanted. You don't have to now second-guess yourself and kind of go back here and, oh, what do you think now, and all those things as we go forward, team, as you go, right? So, yeah, I mean, Andy said it last night. He's a pro property investment financial planner. Not many are. Unfortunately, the financial planning industry has some very self-imposed, just silly restrictions that they don't really help their clients as well as I think they should. But anyway, that's an opinion. So team, tell me, just give me a shout out in the chat. Did that make sense? Ask the right person the right thing at the right time. And just because the accountant or the financial planner might be a bit of an Eeyore, that's okay. Just make sure that they're Eeyoring for the right bit and they're not involved in these other pieces. You know what I mean? All right. Hopefully that made sense for you guys today. Wealth Coffee Chat done and dusted for today. Over the next couple of days, I am doing another little course, 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock each day for the next 3 days, team. So I might be sort of a bit patchy for the next couple of days, but we will be, Andy and I will be absolutely 100% Wealth, Wine and Wisdom this Friday, folks. So make sure you're around for that one. Yeah, Alison, dead right. That's why you're not stressed about Condev. Team are on it. Good quality developer, good quality legals team. The property team are on it. There's already a new builder appointed for Condev, etc., etc. So there you go. Sweet. Great stuff. Thanks, Fritz. Good man. All right, you guys, that's it. Wealth Coffee Chat done and dusted. Go forth and prosper. Be well, be awesome, be safe. Until tomorrow, you guys be awesome. Bye for now.